Oh, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? This is the L7C here, going live. We got a mega football podcast for you guys coming up. We're just gonna wait for people to hop in, and then we're gonna have a good time. So we're just getting set up here. So don't. So we are just getting set up. Just bear with us. As you see, got the YouTube going. We're gonna exit full screen. We're gonna wait for people to hop in. Let me get this going for y'all so y'all actually looking at something. But yeah, we're getting ready. We're getting ready. We're gonna be live. We are live. We got the people coming in. So yeah, we just got this going. So we are live on the YouTube. And it is 8 o'clock, so we'll get this going. Get this screen out the way. This screen. This screen. You see we're hot. We're coming in. We're coming in.
Can y'all hear me on this thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna try my new gaming headphones to do this. I normally use my old gaming headphones for this.
Smooth, smooth.
Turn it down a little bit. There we go.
Okay. Right.
Man, Byron, you were so close, man. So close. 1,400 life points away. All you had to do was summon a monster.
Oh man!
I had a monster.
I finally get to see Cedric's face.
Oh, what up?
What up?
All right, you guys ready to go? If mine's coming
Yes,
in.
sir.
All right, we are live on the YouTube. Let's get it going.
Recording in progress.
Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast, mega football edition, big content Tuesday. We're going to be talking Beat Michigan week. We're going to talk some Thanksgiving NFL. As you see, we're doing this one live on YouTube, so you get to see it, as I just said, live. The audio version, if you're just into that, will be out a couple days later. But right now, we're doing this one live. We got the whole crew, as you see. You got myself, you got Cedric, you got Byron, and you got Justin. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, it's a great day. Beat Michigan week. I'm excited.
I'm alright. I'm alright.
Pumped. What's good? Michigan, NFL on Thursday, then the game on Saturday, and then the NFL after that on Sunday. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be crazy.
Well, as always, Beat Michigan week, that's where we focus mostly on the Michigan thing. So a lot of the stuff we'll talk about in later podcasts. So Byron will do a quick recap of the OSU game that just happened, and then we're going right into Michigan.
We beat Minnesota 37-3. Cal McCourt 20 for 30, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. Travion Henderson had a monster game, 15 carries, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns. Emeka Buka had most of the yardage for receptions, so 5 receptions, 83 yards. MHJ, 5 receptions, 30 yards, a touchdown. Cade Stover, 4 receptions, 26 yards, a touchdown. Our defense had 2 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble that was recovered by JTT and almost ran it back for a touchdown, but ran into one of his own teammates. Lathan Ransom and Tommy Eichenberg didn't play due to injuries again, so hopefully they will be back for the game this weekend. We got in there and got the W, so no complaints from me.
All right. Cedric, did you want to add anything onto that game of things you liked, things you didn't like?
I'll keep it short and sweet. We got a long podcast. We won. That's what I liked.
Justin, anything you wanted to add?
No, game went exactly how I thought it would. Minnesota sucks.
Fair enough. Well, we're here, guys. The last test of November, the game. This is the 118th installment of this. Michigan leads it 60-51 with 6 ties. It's on this Saturday, as Justin said, 12 p.m. in Ann Arbor. College game days there. Big Noon kickoffs there. Last game, Michigan won 45-23 in Columbus. Their first win there in over 20-plus years. Michigan's currently on a 2-game winning streak. Both teams are ranked in the top 5. Ohio State has a record of 7-5 and run when they're both in the top 5. And both teams are 11-0. There's been no FBS conference that's had more 11-0 matchups between the same schools recently than Ohio State, Michigan. They've had 3. We already know Ryan Day's 1-2 against Michigan. Jim Harbaugh's 2-5 against OSU. He's not going to be on the sideline serving that suspension. First time in 5 years, Michigan opened up as the favorites. There was a 4 points. Currently, I think it's at 3.5. The last time they opened up as favorites, they lost 62-39. If you remember, that's the Michigan revenge year. And as Urban Meyer said, for Ohio, it's not a big week, not a big month, not a big game. It's a way of life. So, I guess, Byron, man, let's start off with you. What's the nervous level at?
Right now, I'm at a 50% nervous level.
50?
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're, all right. Cedric, how about yourself in this game? What's your nervous level at?
Oh, I don't trust anything. I don't trust anything in this game. I have trust issues. I don't trust anything. Honestly, we got Bro into the last couple of years. This is in Ann Arbor. Yeah, they don't have Harbaugh, but it's still in Ann Arbor.
I forgot. Justin, how about yourself?
This is always a 100% nervous level. You never know. You never know with this specific game what the fuck is going to go on. There's no way I would have thought last year Ohio State would have got their ass beat like that. No fucking way. So you literally can't expect the unexpected in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, this year, if you guys see the team stats, they're pretty similar across the board. We have higher passing yards, opponents' passing yards. Michigan's leading in opponent rush yards, opponent points per game, barely rush yards, and total points a game. It's literally 2 Goliaths going at it, both undefeated. We've done the playoff committee a great service with both of us being good because this game has been a quasi-playoff eliminator. Whoever loses this game is 99% out. The only 1% is because Utah unexpectedly beat USC last year and we got to go in, but this is a playoff eliminator. You lose this, no Big Ten championship, no playoff, no national title. So I'm going to throw it to Justin first. Justin, what are some keys to this game for you?
Keys to the game. OSU definitely had to stop Michigan's run game. If Michigan can't run the ball, then a lot of shit will be easier for Ohio State. Ohio State needs to establish their run game and take some pressure off of Kyle McCord. And Marvin Harrison Jr. has to have a big game for all of our pockets and for a Ohio State win, in my opinion. Yeah.
Cedric, how about yourself? What are some keys to this game as you're looking at it right now?
Similarly, what Justin said, we have to establish a run game. I think that's very important for us. Honestly, time of possession for me is a big deal because every possession is going to count. This Michigan team, while they have J.J. McCarthy, is predominantly a run-heavy team, which means they'll burn the clock. So every possession counts in my mind. Defense has to stop them from getting first downs. Let's try to get some stops and see what we can do with the ball on offense. I think if we can hold them on defense, it'll go a long way for us to give our offense more time with the ball.
And before I throw it to Byron, got a shout out to Tone25 saying, "What up, Aki? Go Bucks" in the YouTube channel.
Hey.
Byron, what are some of your keys to this game?
My biggest key to the game is Jim Knowles. Last year, we gave up those 5 big touchdown plays. So, can he put a game plan together to limit those big plays that killed us last year? Currently, we've only allowed 1 play of 40-plus yards this season, and that was the fumble Ruski that Rutgers did. So, if we can limit those big plays of Michigan, I think was out a lot this year.
Okay. So, Brian, I'm going to stay with you. 2 questions here. Who do you want to see step up, and who absolutely needs to step up?
I'm going to have the same answer for both. Our defensive line needs to step up, and I would like to see them step up. Last year, we had 0 sacks against Michigan, so we need to put pressure on McCarthy, especially that run game. Make them a little bit one-dimensional and force them to make some mistakes. So I'm looking for the defensive line to have a big game this year.
Cedric, how about yourself, man? Who do you want to see step up, and who do you think absolutely needs to step up?
For me, it's Kyle McCord. This is his first game as a starter against Michigan. I think definitely trying to fill those shoes with C.J. Stroud last 2 years not being able to get it done. There's a lot of things like Byron said with the defense not coming through, but I think for us, the offense being able to put points up, because this is still Michigan, so they still have a good defense. Being able to put points up is going to be very crucial and important. I think if we can get out into a 2-touchdown lead, we can seal the deal on this.
How about yourself, Justin?
Yeah, it all goes together. Ryan Day is the one. He has all the pressure on him. Jim Harbaugh's not going to be on the sideline. The offense has struggled this year with Kyle McCord at the helm. So Ryan Day needs to absolutely be on his shit, calling plays, managing the game, doing all the things he needs to do to make sure that he ain't the reason why they lose to Michigan.
Well, we'll skip the next couple of questions since you brought up Ryan Day, and I'll go back to the next ones I was going to ask. But one of the questions, like you said, he's going against not Jim Harbaugh. If Ryan Day loses this game, and let's say it's another blowout starting with you, Justin, how hot is that seat, or is that seat too hot he has to go?
Me personally, I don't think the seat's going to be hot that he needs to go, but the rest of the fan base, the rest of Ohio, they're going to want to see his ass the fuck up out of here. And I don't think there's any way to get around that, honestly. Like, these motherfuckers are mad. They're mad that he lost to Michigan 2 years in a row.
Not just lost, got their asses whooped.
Yeah, got their asses beat. It's been a while since that shit happened, so these motherfuckers have their asses on fire right now. We are not trying to see another loss to Michigan.
Cedric, what about you, man? How hot is that seat if he loses the same way 3 straight years? And is the seat too hot that he has to go?
I don't know about too hot that he has to go. I will say that I think that seat gets hot. I really do. 3 years in a row. Like, I still always question, like, who you bring in after him if he's not getting it. But I still think being where we are in the climate that we're in, again, this is 3 years of getting not just like losing, but getting our asses whooped, which is unprecedented for our generational lifetime that we've been around. So these fans will be very, very upset. And I think, honestly, the panic will set in a little bit with the university to say, yeah, are there potential plan Bs out there? Maybe. Still have faith in Ryan Day to get it done, but I think it gets a little hot if he gets blown out again.
Byron?
Oh, before Byron goes, like, just to give motherfuckers, like, the temperature of, like, what's really going on. Last year, OSU went to the playoff and came the closest to beating Georgia in about 2 fucking years. And no one gave a fuck about that because we lost to Michigan. Yeah. So, go ahead.
Because they got lucky they were even there.
Yeah.
People give a fuck about that because that motherfucker missed that field goal.
Right at
people
midnight.
sacrificed watching the ball drop, and they still remember that.
It was close. That game was so close for what you gonna call it? Ohio State against Georgia.
But Justin, you bring that up, and sorry, Byron, we're gonna get you. Don't worry.
No,
But you
you're
bring
fine.
that up. But people, that brought the Ryan Day heat back. Yes, Cedric's right. We missed the field goal at the end, but The big plays came and that's how Georgia came back. And we're just sitting there like, how did we let them back in the game?
True.
And
but,
CJ Stroud played the best game of his career that game, and it went to waste.
I'm just saying, no one did that shit to Georgia in 2 fucking years.
Yep.
He came the closest to being Georgia in 2 goddamn years.
Yeah. So, Byron, how are you feeling? If he loses a third straight year, same way, blowout, how hot is that seat? Or is the seat too hot that he's got to go?
I think it definitely gets hotter, but I don't think it's, like everyone else said, I don't think it's hot enough for Ohio State to fire him because he's had a great record against the Big Ten. He's won pretty much all of his bowl games except for like 3 or 4. But I don't think it's hot enough for him to get fired yet.
Now, I will throw, because this is college, and if Gene Smith was the one protecting him, Gene Smith is gone. He's leaving. So you're going to have a whole new coordinator coming in. I mean, not coordinator, a whole new athletic director coming in. He's not tied to that athletic director, so I feel like it's going to be hot, because if the athletic director comes in and Ryan Day loses, let's say, again next year, that athletic director's like, I didn't hire you. And that matters in college.
I think if he loses, let's just say he loses this year and loses next year, I feel like next year he may be up out of here.
Cedric, what are your thoughts on, like, because we don't know who the new AD is yet. No idea. So what are your thoughts on the new AD coming in? Like, hey, we can't keep losing to them.
I mean, the new AD, I think it's a catch-22, honestly, because you come in unless it is always going to be some Ohio culture, so you don't know how big this game is. But I think a lot of it is also going to be like with a new athletic director, not making brash decisions, because you don't want to make a fucking quick decision just because you want to appease the masses of people who are unhappy. Like, what it is that program, when you're coming as an athletic director, is like, what can we do about this program? And so if you think firing Ryan Day is what's going to help the program after 1 year or 3 years of getting blown out, then hey, that's your prerogative. But I would say if you're a new athletic director, again, you didn't hire Ryan Day, but you definitely have to look at this motherfucker's record. Like Justin said, this guy came the closest to being Georgia. The only teams he loses to are the teams that go on to play in the playoffs. So
yep, he's never lost a game against an unranked opponent as of right now. The only Big Ten losses are currently to Michigan, and then he's lost in the national championship, lost in the playoff, things of that nature. Justin, obviously the NFL expert, we're going to be talking NFL later. You know, when a GM and a head coach come in together and their ass, that owner doesn't kick one out, they take the whole crew out. So what would your thoughts be on this? If we lose again and the new athletic director coming in, like, what are we doing here?
It'll be a very short-sighted decision, because kind of what Cedric said, like, we talking, like, these are problems that only, like, some of the best college football teams have in the country. Like, Ohio State is losing to their main rival who's going to the playoff, and they're losing in the playoff. So, like, you going to fire Ryan Day, you might hire a guy that can't even get you to that point. So it'll be very short-sighted to think of doing something like that.
But as a
new athletic director.
But as you said earlier, and the national people, they're like, oh, how could you fire Ryan Day, things like that. But you said it earlier, Justin. If you're not boots on the ground in Columbus.
Yeah, they're pissed.
Yeah, like.
Again, like, if we listen to everything that these people said.
Right, like, fans are stupid. Like, fans are dumb. Like, you can't just be listening to the fans like that. Like, the fuck do they know?
But it's not even just the fans.
Be driving a Coda bus right now if you listen to everything that people said.
Right.
CJ Stroud was last year.
Classes no more.
But Justin, you know it's not even just the fans. It's the radios. It's bro. It's everyone.
Well, yeah, the media, they just fans too. Shit.
Like, you just sit here crazy.
The call-in shows that y'all listen to in Columbus, 610, the fan, like.
Oh, bro, it's hell on earth, bro.
Listen, I'll tell you this: you fire Ryan Day, all right. Where's Brian Hartline going? Because that's the real question, Ohio State fans. Because if that man goes, we fucked.
Yeah, that's the man who's bringing all the receivers in.
Yes, he
is.
That's
top 5 receiver recruits gone.
Yes, he is.
Gone.
It's It is so crazy, too, because when Urban Meyer left and Ryan Day, he was the interim because he was the quarterbacks coach and coordinator, we were just like, who the hell is Ryan Day? And then he's done what he's supposed to do. So that's what some fans are like, oh, we'll just find another one. I'm like, oh. That's a little extreme. But again, this state is different. Like what Justin said, these top programs, there's a lot. Because, look, man, if one of the board of trustees people want him gone, his ass is gone. Point blank, period.
Thanks.
There's no denying
And
that.
that's fine. But I think like also the board of trustees is going to look at how much money have we made these past 6 years.
It'll take more than one. They'll need a consensus. It's not good. It's not. It won't just be one rich asshole that can fire him. He's gonna need half of them.
Hey, it was
Let's
one.
keep that a bucket.
It was
can't
one
just
rich.
be one now.
It was one rich asshole who made the decision. Like, yeah, Jimbo got to go, and I'll pay
Ooh,
and we'll get the
glad you mentioned
donation.
that man's name.
That's it. Now
look at what
Jimbo is different. Jimbo is different than Ryan Day. We ain't talking about the same level of disappointments.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, it was one rich
Jimbo was
asshole who said,
doing,
"Oh, he's
though.
got to go, and I'll pay the tip."
We ain't talking about the same level of disappointment.
But hey, that same trustee was the guy's like, you know what? We'll send him 10 years.
Yeah,
And
that
guess
is.
what
I know it's the
happens?
same
That's
one.
true.
The same one. They're
I
like,
told you when the price of cruise up, they got money down there in fucking College Station. I'm telling you.
It's just wild because everyone knows when that Saturday, as soon as Ohio State ever is losing in that game, you know this city's gonna start boiling.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
the
there's
mood
so many
instantly
scapegoats
changes.
this year. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be Kyle McCord. It's gonna be Ryan Day. It's gonna be the defense. It's gonna be everybody. It's just gonna be fucking scapegoat after scapegoat. Who can we blame? Who can we point a finger at?
Yeah, because Cedric, you brought up the good point too, man. Like a head coach currently in this, especially our adult lifetimes, not even adult, even child lifetime, most of our lives, Tressel lost once, and that was after he won a national title. He lost in 03. Urban Meyer lost 0 times to Michigan. So Ryan Day already has 2 losses. So the city of Columbus, and we've talked about this on this podcast, got real entitled real quick, like that this win comes automatic. So they forgot that they have athletes too. They have resources.
Didn't some of the fans say they wanted a challenge again?
Oh yeah, they said
Before
that.
they gotta-
No,
Yeah,
let's
they're
see.
just
If we're gonna hold on, if we're gonna start calling Nick, I mean, Dragon.
Hold on. He said fans. Don't name the fans.
I mean, Dragon Ball expert of the pod, Mitch also was talking about how, man, I see Florida as a bigger rival now in Clemson because we had the
Say that man's
playoffs.
name 3 times. He's like Beetlejuice, okay? Like he just has to show up somewhere.
Well, he's in Florida, so we don't have to worry about him popping up. But and there was a lot of fans who were saying they're like, oh, I see Clemson as the main rival now because we kept losing them in the playoffs, and it's
Okay,
like,
see now you ain't gonna go back and say
a team you don't play yearly. Get the fuck out of here.
That said that. Like you ain't gonna call him and say, oh, and fans are saying no, that was
Mitch, but there were other
Okay.
fans as well. I mean, Maurice Claret tweeted out one time, he's like, yeah, we don't care about Michigan. We care about Michigan State when Michigan State was better at that little time period.
And that's cool. That's
Now look
Michigan
at
State.
Michigan
I'm just
State.
saying
Trash.
the Clemson thing was so.
Yeah, that was, just like Justin said, that was a team that we barely played, but losing them was getting annoying. But for Ohio State to win this game, Ohio State will win if blank happens. Go ahead, Byron.
I'm going to say if we win the turnover battle. Last year, we threw 2 interceptions, didn't get any turnovers. So if we win the turnover battle, I think we will win.
Justin, Ohio State will win if blank happens.
If they limit Michigan's big plays, they will win the game.
Cedric, Ohio State will win if blank happens.
If we can control the field.
Okay. Michigan, Cedric, Michigan will win if blank happens.
If they can disrupt Kyle McCord.
Justin?
Shit, if Harbaugh comes on the sideline at any point in the time, it's gonna be such an emotional boost for them. If he shows up in that stadium somewhere, whew.
What even happens if that happens?
That's a good
Like-
question. I don't even know the legality.
I don't even know. I don't think you
Right.
can-
I mean,
Could you
they can't do anything, honestly.
Man's gonna pull up like
Could you-
Willis
could you-
like Willis
could you
Reed
theoretically arrest him?
for
No.
trespassing.
It's not breaking the
He's
law.
trespassing. He's trespassing.
As much money as
Is
they
it?
pay this motherfucker, he better be
He's
allowed to go there.
trespassing on the sideline. He could be in the stadium. He could be in the
He
booth.
just can't be on the sideline.
He just can't be on the sideline.
That'd be wild if he was in the damn
Oh, that man's
stadium.
probably in the booth.
That would be crazy.
Like,
He,
you know
he
for a fact he's
he
going to
definitely
be
can't
there.
be in the booth. Shit, he might buy a front row seat behind the bench.
What?
Yeah, like, he'll physically be there. Like, that's like the whole side. They're like, you know, someone's gonna have this guy with some type of AirPod headset. Something.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Some shit. There ain't no
Actually,
way.
Realistically, he probably gonna be in the locker room watching that shit. Let's be honest. He gonna be in the locker room.
They got
We'll be
nice
there.
locker rooms. They do. Byron, what about you? Michigan will win if what happens?
If they have long touchdowns like they did last year.
So, for me with Michigan this year, that's a huge, which was more frustrating because he wasn't playing last. Blake Corum did not play last year.
Blake Corum, he's back.
He's playing this. If Blake Corum has 150 and 2 tutties, Ohio State's losing that game.
Yes.
Gonna get at least one. He does it every
You know-
fucking game.
You know, I will say this.
It's
We
the
ain't Penn
anytime
State,
touchdown
goddamn.
lock right
Where
there.
that's true, Cedric. We're not.
We
But
ain't Penn
when he
State,
was
goddamn.
running
He
all
gonna
over,
run on us all the second half.
but he's going to be itching because he didn't get to play last year.
Also, Travion Henderson didn't play for us last year, so
That's true. But
He
we
might
still
be
had
itching, too.
we still had Mayan and
yeah, Mayan and Chip Branham, I think.
who Mayan doesn't get playing time anymore. That's
He has
done.
no tick. None.
I think he got injured.
Yeah, even before the injury, he was getting no tick.
That's true.
Like, and I'm also wondering, guys, Ohio State's the reason J.J. McCarthy got really put on the map last year because he just destroyed them. J.J. hasn't been playing all too well these past two. Since Jim Harbaugh's been gone, he's not been the same. But if that J.J. shows up, we're going to be in trouble from last year.
You mean meditation, JJ?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Oh,
call meditation.
Does he lit us
think
up
we're
for
gonna see him go
four
off like he
tutties?
did last year. There's no way. After what I watched him do against fucking Maryland, I don't know. He's gonna be in for some shit on Saturday. Way better defense. Like yeah, he's gonna be. It's gonna be way tougher than it was
Justin,
last
you
year. I
got
promise
sometimes with those games before you throw them out the window.
you can, but I don't know. Penn State too. They didn't have to, but they didn't really throw it against them either. And that's a comparable defense to Ohio State shit. Maybe even a better one. Yeah,
And they ran.
it's
but-
gonna be tough for them. It ain't gonna be that fucking easy.
But just like you said, Penn State's comparable, if not better, defense, and Michigan was able to run it on them the whole second half. What does that say about us?
Hey man, different day.
And that was at Penn State. This is going to be in Michigan.
Yeah, different spot. We'll see, but I think Ohio State comes out and establishes some will. They ain't gonna go out like no hoes like they did last year.
You know, I only say this because we said that last year.
I know. We said the same.
We said that last year. And we showed up, went out to, like some hoes.
We said, oh, yeah, because
We
we're
did.
like, ain't no way we got smoked by Michigan, and they're going to come to Columbus and beat us the first time in 20 years, and then they beat us by like a point worse. But
It's bad.
it's going to be, because Justin, you bring this up every year with this game. What's the weather going to be like? Like, how's Cal McCord going to be if it's raining like it was today?
He gonna turn it around and give it to Travion. Let me check on the weather though, because that's a good point. Because that game
Right now,
2 years
it
ago
says
when
it's
it
supposed
started
to be
snowing, I knew.
37 degrees.
Yeah, because 2 years ago it snowed, and I was like, ooh.
What did you say it was, Byron?
Right now, ESPN has a game at weather at 37 degrees. With looks like sunny or partly cloudy
As of Tuesday.
It's gonna be
as of
cold.
Tuesday.
Isn't Sunday,
Yeah.
Michigan?
Oh man, because the world is going to be watching it right after Thanksgiving. Like, this is playoff rankings already came out. Ohio State, Michigan's 2 and 3, so one of them is really out of here. It's going to be crazy, man. I think the Notre Dame game helps Kyle McCord because he was in a hostile environment. We were able to drive down, and but
This is different.
the Big House is a whole different beast.
This is different. Big house.
Yeah.
Game is different.
You gotta show up, man. You gotta let these motherfuckers know who the fuck he is. And if he doesn't show up, we're gonna know exactly who he is.
What if Marvin's not available, Justin? Like they did against Notre Dame, and they blanketed him for 30-something yards.
I need to see some, Nabuka. You came back last week. You had a good game. I need to see some. I need some from you, Kate Stover. Like, there's weapons on that team. Come on now. Like,
but Justin, we've said on this podcast in these big games of recent, Penn State, Wisconsin especially, if Marvin Harrison didn't play, we lose.
Hey, I know Ryan Day is preaching to them. It's going to take all of us. We can't be one-dimensional. We can't just rely on Marvin Harrison Jr. We can't just rely on the run game. It got to be all of us. We all have to come out as a team and not embarrass ourselves like we've been doing the past 2 years.
Because like Cedric said earlier, man, like this is going to... Let Kyle McCord throw 2 or 3 picks in this game.
Oh, dear God.
He might not be
boy.
As Stephen A. said, he might as well not fly back.
He's going to have to bounce back from it. He's going to have to bounce back from it, man.
That's hostile territory. You can't leave that boy there.
Right.
And Byron, I know your thing, too, is when we got some point opportunities, we got to take them. We can't have stupid shit happen.
I don't know, man. We might be aggressive.
No. Oh, no.
You can be aggressive.
We might be aggressive. The game dictated. I don't know.
Look at the analytics. What do the analytics say?
We almost lost that Notre Dame game because they're being aggressive.
Because I swear to God, if these niggas are down by 3 and they could have been up by fucking 7 and fucking Michigan's driving, nah, fuck that. Hey, if there's a spot where you know you can get that first down, it's 4th down, you're in your opponent territory, you go for it and you make the defense stop if you don't get it.
Byron has to say he just stared. He hasn't said a word.
Hey, I'm just saying we can be aggressive, but let's be smart about it.
Byron's punting the ball. That's what Byron's mean. Byron's punting.
I'm taking the points if I can.
Because this ain't.
Bro, what Justin just gave you the option is just 4th down. You and your opponent said, "You ain't in field goal range."
No, your opponent's territory. You're on the plus side of 58. You are. Yeah. I mean, if you're in between the 50 and the 40, go for that shit. Like.
Yeah, go for the shit. But like, who kicking that?
Yeah, exactly. Like.
That's
you go for that shit, or
that?
probably try to pin them deep. Like their strategy, like when in terms of going for it and not going for it, like the only niggas who are really like dumb as fuck with that shit are like Brandon Staley with the goddamn Chargers. Like you just gotta be smart about that shit. You can't like overthink some of this shit.
Well, Justin, you know you overthink everything in these type of games because you don't know if you coming back to your desk or not.
Yeah.
You can't. You just got to do what you did all fucking season. 11-0. Can't let that shit go to waste by losing to Michigan.
Hey, as Cedric has said, we've done it the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Same rankings.
Have nothing to say about that because it is the truth. It is a fact. A real fact, not alternative facts or any of that bullshit.
And
it's
then,
a real one.
And then respectfully, this is the Big Ten championship game because whoever wins this plays Iowa.
Oh, don't sleep with my real niggas in Iowa City now.
They just lost their top corner for the year.
Oh, both these teams have whooped the dog shit out of them. But shout out to Iowa for even making it fun, man. I fucking love that team. If you can win fucking 9 games with no offense, you're doing something right.
I don't know how they did it.
They win games. Like, we gotta give these niggas credit. Like, they win games. Like,
they should have 10 wins. That one win we talked about weeks ago, they got robbed on that part.
Yeah, they should be a 10-win team. They should be in the conversation, even though these niggas have no business ever being in a college football playoff conversation. Like,
so wild, too.
We just need Iowa to fuck shit up.
Yeah, we gotta. We've said this since the L7C started, which is also a crazy thing. Since this podcast has started, we have not beaten Michigan, so we've only had to talk about L's, which is crazy. But it's going to get harder next year. If Michigan stays good, Washington coming in, Oregon, the trash cans of California.
USC.
Bro, they're trash cans. they are trash.
That was so mean.
They are trash.
Don't bring your personal beef with them.
It ain't personal, bro.
It is personal.
It ain't personal. He got 5 L's this year. That's all I need to say.
Call them all trash.
And I said California. That's UCLA too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You have to call them all trash cans.
They're trash. with capital. They're going to be taken out by
capital.
Columbus Public
Dang.
Trash. But
Dang.
it's going to get harder, man. I mean, it's going to be a 12-team playoff next year.
Mhm.
But with those type of schools, and there are going to be some years Ohio State got 2, maybe 3 losses in a year.
Yeah.
If they stay good. If those schools stay good.
OSU plays Iowa and Oregon next year back to back.
See, something
Dang.
like that. It'll be tough, man. But
Iowa at home, and then they have to go to Eugene.
To Oregon. Damn.
Yeah, that's gonna beat them. Well,
That's gonna fucking suck.
we'll see what Oregon. We know Bo Nix won't be there no more. So whoever the new guy is.
and if you look at Oregon's the past 10, 15 years, man, they've been quasi consistent. Like the Michael James is here, obviously the Mariota, now Bo Nix, who's going on a tear, and that's another thing too. If we get, I don't want to play Bo Nix. I don't want to play him or Alabama. Let's just get Georgia and get this out the way.
You say you don't want to play Bo Nix?
On the tear he's going, absolutely not.
He doesn't want to play Alabama either.
Bro, I don't like playing teams when they're peaking like that.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia just decided they wanted to play now.
We're saying if Ohio State makes it to the CFP.
Mm-hmm.
If Ohio State makes it,
Well, we don't know if Alabama going to get there now.
that's fair.
That is fair too.
Alabama might need some help.
They need to beat Georgia.
Oh, no, never mind. They
need to
the
beat
SEC
Georgia.
championship. They just got to beat
Yeah.
Georgia. Never mind.
Oh yeah, just casual.
Vice
They just
versa,
have to
though,
beat
'cause you don't
Georgia.
know if Georgia-
Well, that's their easiest path to getting in.
Oh yeah,
He's got to beat Georgia. Like,
yeah.
That's
Because
what I'm saying, like,
currently,
you want Georgia, but if Georgia loses the SEC championship, do they get it?
no.
hell no.
I don't think
There's-
so.
All right, well,
Well, if everyone stays undefeated, or I mean Washington, because right
No,
now
you're saying
Washington's 4,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have the Pac-12 championship until this weekend, so they're 4. Florida State's 5. I'm sorry, Justin, you had a great pick at the beginning of the year. You could not have foreseen dude getting hurt the second quasi last game of the year.
That was bullshit, by the way. But if Florida State wins out, they still should get in.
Yeah, but are they? I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to win out. They lost their star quarterback.
Well,
Florida ain't gonna beat them. Y'all suck. But Louisville might beat them.
First of all, it's rivalry fucking weekend, dog. You saw what Florida just did to Missouri. They gave them all they can fucking handle, bro. Chill.
Well, because Missouri went through 3 straight weeks of They were going. They were running out of gas.
like chill. But yes, they could definitely lose the next 2 games, not just one, the next 2. But if they win out, I still think they should fucking win. I mean, you saw what they did against the Heisman front runner in week 1.
I did.
That win still matters. I don't
We'll
care
see.
that LSU
Yeah.
has lost 3
We'll
times.
see.
Jaden Daniels has been the best quarterback this season in fucking college football, and it's not up for debate.
I just love how you like. I thought you were gonna mention like other games. He was like,
It's
you saw
not up
what
for
they did
debate. This
week
nigga had
one.
8 fucking touchdowns. 8!
Yeah.
8 last week.
Good old Georgia State, man.
6 throwing, 2 rushing, over 500 yards of offense, bro. This nigga's unfucking
Yeah.
believable.
Hey,
Yeah, Georgia State. Yeah.
yeah, Georgia State. Yeah. Anywho, he will get invited. We'll see if he even gets. He should get invited. Well, I don't know,
You don't think he's going to get invited? What do you mean,
He'll
who?
get invited.
Jaden Daniels?
bro. He has 3 L's.
He'll get
Fucking
invited.
Robert Griffin III won the Heisman with 3 L's. Who cares?
Bro, no one else was balling. You're gonna tell me an undefeated Michael Penix they wouldn't win the Heisman over
Man,
him?
we talking about the most outstanding player, not best fucking team. That's why we got a national championship for that.
That's
team.
why-
We're talking about the most outstanding player in college football.
Cedric, they only
Listen,
invite
we
3 to
talking
4
about
max.
invitation. I'm saying you saying he ain't gonna finish to the top 4 to get invited.
Like, what are you saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like he coming down, like he going to New York.
Yeah, he's the betting favorite right now. He's minus 120. I was trying to bet on the day, but the odds weren't there. No value left.
So Marvin Penix.
Marvin, there were still some good
They
value.
might get invited. Marvin Penix, Knicks.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to throw this because you brought him up. What if Milroe shits on Georgia? He's taking Daniels' spot.
I don't think so.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's taking Daniels.
I'm telling you,
If he
Daniels
has 4
has been going
TDs
off
against
all
Georgia,
season.
you don't think he'll get invited?
I think he'll get invited, but I don't think that means that Jaden Daniels isn't getting invited.
Oh,
Right.
man. I
They
know.
have
It's not like
five,
a one
right?
or the other type
What'd
of
you
thing.
say,
If anything,
Byron?
Keep it 100.
They
I
have
love
like
Marvin.
5, right?
Keep it
Yeah.
100. I love Marvin, but if that man shits on Georgia, Marvin's probably not getting
Oh, he's probably not getting
Facts.
either.
Yeah.
It's tough, man, because you never know what they're going to invite to these damn things.
That's true.
Like, they invited Dwayne Haskins just for him to sit there.
I about to say I got.
CJ Stroud.
I looked it
Yeah.
up earlier with RG3. Those niggas were 10-3 and went to the fucking Alamo Bowl when he won the Heisman. I didn't dig deep to see who else went off that year, but I'm telling you, Jaden Daniels should win the fucking Heisman. I don't care that his team has lost three times. Now, if they lose again before the season's over, then yeah, that shit's done. But the dude,
Man.
since the Mississippi game, has been going off. He's been going crazy, and they lost that Mississippi game because their defense is fucking god awful. But he has done his part.
Because
And
what
he's
year
been the
was
most outstanding quarterback of
RG3?
this year, huh?
What year was RG3?
2010.
So that was Saban won his first title in 9. Because then if you look at the reason, then when you go on the Saban thing, it usually was the best player on his team. Because they were undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Richardson, Derek, Ingram, obviously Devontae Smith. Like, you start going on those things, it's like, oh, if you're not in the college CFP, you shouldn't even be invited. Of past recent years.
I don't think it should be like that, and I don't think the voters are going to do that.
What do you mean? They're trying to copy the NFL. You ain't getting no
Let's keep
MVP votes in the NFL if your team got all these. If your team's not in contention.
No, but goddamn, like the numbers is going off. Like his numbers are better than all these guys.
Hey, Justin isn't win.
Week to
As you know,
week,
some people
this
say
man
wins are a
is-
QB stat.
Week to week, this man is the MVP of college football because he is going off.
Oh, I don't know about.
And I
week
know
to
it was Georgia
week.
State, but you saw what he did against Alabama too. Even though they lost, like he did his part in that shit. He's been going off, man.
I don't know about week to past couple weeks, but let's come on. Let's not act like he's been playing that great a comp. Bo Nix has been there killing people against real teams every week in the best conference. That shit matters too.
Real teams.
Hey man, Alabama are a real team. They ain't win, but they. Stats award, the individual player award, team success. Fuck it, who cares?
Is he gonna win? Is he even gonna win the Maxwell?
I think he should.
If he don't win the Maxwell, then he has no shot at the Heisman.
Yeah, he probably should win the Maxwell. He should.
Hey, I'm again like you said, like you say with Ohio State fans and wide receivers. All these players are hard since we can't get a Baliftikov winner.
Hey man, we're split. What are we doing right now? We splitting hairs with good players.
I'm just
All
saying.
this shit is.
I'm just saying. And while you're doing that, Justin, who's gonna win this game?
Ohio State and Michigan.
Mm-hmm. And what's your final score?
Before I pull up Jaden Daniels stats, I think this is going to be a rock fight of a game. I took OSU plus 4. You told me your manager got him at plus 6. That's a really good number.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be an under type game. I'm going to go with Ohio State 24-20.
24-20.
They got to get this Michigan monkey off their back. They have to.
24.
Like, enough is enough at this point. Like, and the heat, the fans, the administration, like, Ryan Day don't want those problems if he loses to Michigan for a third straight year. So, yeah, he really needs to get this one. I think Ohio State goes to Ann Arbor and gets the job done.
24-20. I like it. Cedric?
I'm going Ohio State. I'm going to say 21-17.
Okay. I think we're all going to be in the relative that range. Byron?
I have OSU 27-24.
You got a quasi-high scoring for us.
Hold on.
It's a high scoring game with two good defenses.
Mm-hmm. Man, I got 21-20 late game field goal to win.
Okay.
I almost wanted to pick the same exact score as the Notre Dame game because it might be like that.
It could.
All right, Justin, read your
Okay.
guys' stats off before we go to NFL.
Now we're about to compare Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, because both of these niggas have been going the fuck off, but Jaden Daniels has been crazy. Jaden Daniels leads his team in passing and rushing. 3,577 passing yards, 1,014 rushing yards, 36 passing touchdowns, and 10 rushing touchdowns. So 46 total touchdowns. Bo Nix has 35, 39 passing yards and 35 touchdowns. Only 2 interceptions. Jaden Daniels has 4. And Bo Nix has only rushed for 128 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yes, he has. How many passing touchdowns?
35, so one less than than
40,
Jaden Daniels.
40 touchdowns total against 46 touchdowns total.
Yes.
It's gonna be tough. Because my other thing too is that Jaden Daniels, I mean, he's not getting another game after this week. Bo Nix will get one more game, and he's gonna have that if they do what they're doing. He's going to get that last type impression thing, and that shit matters. Just like if Marvin goes stupid today and destroys Iowa, it's that last impression type stuff.
Ooh, Bo Nix did go off against Arizona State. Goddamn. Carved up UFC too. Fuck.
And don't let him get that rematch against Washington.
He didn't have to do too much against Utah. And Jaden Daniels.
And this Heisman thing's been changing every week. There was a time where J.J. McCarthy was a damn favorite. And then he played like ass for 2 months. And now he's dropped.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Jaden Daniels rushed for 234 yards against Florida.
I'm telling you.
And threw for 372. Oh my God.
It's gonna be crazy. It's
gonna be a tough one. It's gonna go down to the wire. It's been good.
Anything else on the game? It is this Saturday, Fox, 12 p.m. It's literally a holiday for the state of Ohio, especially city of Columbus. What are some final thoughts on this?
I just hope we win. You can't do 3 years straight of us getting destroyed.
Man, Ryan Day. That Georgia Ryan Day needs to show up with the emotion and the passion. Buddy, I already know you hear all the noise. It's impossible not to. You gotta knock it out, because you think this state won't let you live down that you lost to a backup coach? Oh no.
Right.
Oh no.
Just crying at free Harbaugh.
Especially since you have no national titles? Oh, come on now. Come on now. Cedric?
Yeah, I said with my pick, but yeah, this is a big ass game for fucking Ryan Day. He has to show the rest of the state and all his doubters that he can beat Michigan. That's what really comes down to. That's the only question mark we really have about this man up here in Columbus.
That's right. All right, let's transition to some NFL. Got Byron and Cedric with the NFL this time to give some thoughts. Justin, man, take it away. It's Thanksgiving week.
It is Thanksgiving week. We're going to do a little review of that game from last night. Eagles at Chiefs. Yeah, Cedric. Yeah, the Eagles got the job done again.
Hey, I told you the Eagles were going to win that game. I said it in the group text.
You did? You want your flowers or something?
Absolutely, because I said immediately put as much money as you want on that spread and the money line. Because the Eagles, I tried to tell you, the Chiefs are not better than the Eagles. The Chiefs ain't even that hard. And when they've been on big games on national TV, you have seen the flaws.
Well,
yeah, the Chiefs had a halftime lead of 17-7.
Mm-hmm.
They did not score in the second half. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, Travis Kelce fumbled on the Eagles' 10-yard line, and then a couple drives later, Jalen Hurts hits Devontae Smith for a 41-yard pass and sets up a Jalen Hurts touchdown run to go up 21-17. And then we go through the game. A couple drives later, Chiefs are trying to come back. Patrick Mahomes throws a fucking beautiful bomb to MVS, dropped. And then 4th down and 25 to keep the game going. He hits Justin Watson in the hands, and he dropped it. And yeah, I mean the Chiefs did enough to win the game. I mean they sacked Jalen Hurts 5 times in the first half. Didn't get another sack in the second half. They ran the ball well. Like I said, Chiefs did enough to win. Just the drops fucking killed them. The drops killed them. And credit to the Eagles for remembering who the fuck they are. In that second half of the game, they just went to their guys. Jalen Hurts running the ball. They found Devontae Smith a couple times, and yeah, they didn't really give the Chiefs a chance to get back in the game. But the Chiefs shooting themselves in the foot like that. And Eagles host the Bills this week, and the Raiders go on the road. I mean, the Chiefs go on the road to play the Raiders.
Cedric and Byron, is there anything you want to add to that game?
Really thought the Chiefs were about to come back on that last drive, but those drops, man, they're killers. I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs wide receivers, but they need some help.
Oh no, we have been saying that those fucking wide receivers are ass all year. I will say that they have been fucking horrible. They have not been it.
Cedric, do you feel like your team's being respected enough? You guys are 9-1.
What are you talking about being respected enough? We are lucky as fuck. Like, things really, we be getting breaks. I'll be the first one to say we be
Cedric knows.
like we be getting fucking breaks. Like I'm grateful to God. Okay, first giving him the honor and the praise. It's like one of those moments as a team.
Oh my god! I don't know, man. You're right. There has been some luck, but come on, Justin. That's part of the whole. That's literally the league. You're 1 or 2 possessions away of losing and winning every game.
Oh no, but like they have been like it's not like they're dominating teams, but they have different ways to win every single game. Like they have been finding a way to win these games consistently, and I gotta give them credit for that. I'm not knocking that whatsoever because they have been coming out here and getting the job done week after week. I mean, the only loss that they had is to the Jets.
Woozy. Woozy.
And they haven't lost since. They bounced back from it, and they beat the Chiefs this week. So
I'll keep it 100. I think our team last year was a more dominant offensive team than we were and are this year.
I would.
Because at least last year, like Jalen Hurts is out here throwing the rock as well. Like Jalen, like we get it done on the ground. Like DeAndre Swift was a great ad, and having him have those like nice short drop off things are nice. But that's the check down. That's the last check down. Like Devontae Smith has had a bigger role this year than he did last year, but AJ Brown's last year was fucking ridiculous.
AJ Brown this year has been going off, and Devontae Smith stepped up big because he didn't do a damn thing on Monday.
I know. And then we get in breaks. Like honestly, I thought we should have lost to the Dolphins. The fact the penalty spread with that was ridiculous. The fact that we didn't get one single penalty card. I've watched I don't know how many different holdings that were just obnoxious.
Yeah, Dolphins play better.
And then we lost. We somehow beat the Chiefs, but there's at least 3 big ass wide open dimes, which is still our secondary is our biggest problem.
If Watson will if fucking MVS catches that damn ball, the Chiefs win.
Kelsey doesn't fumble. I'll just say the thing with the Eagles too that a lot of people said during the offseason is that they wouldn't have a similar record to last year because last year they played a weaker schedule and this year they're playing a Super Bowl runner-up schedule and they're playing a lot of good teams. And at this point, 10 games, they've only lost once, playing better teams than they did last year. Sure, they're being lucky and quote-unquote, but finding ways to win is just... You're going to need that in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, do I think we can recreate that, though? Because some of these teams we are playing now, we are going to play in the playoffs.
Yes.
If we advance. Like, if we make it all the way, we'll play the Chiefs again. Because, I'm sorry, the Chiefs are coming out of the AFC. Like, it's happening. Them niggas are going to win it. If we're going to play San Fran here in a couple weeks, I have a feeling San Fran's, unless the Cowboys do something, or like we're probably going to end up having to play San Fran or the Cowboys. And I don't even think we can fucking beat the Cowboys again.
Currently, right now, you guys will get the bye because you're the 1 seed. It's actually funny if the playoffs started today, it'd be Byron versus Justin with the Saints versus the Cowboys.
I already know he's taking that L.
If the playoffs started today, 49ers are the 3rd seed, Lions 2, and all of that. Go ahead.
It is
Dylan.
very important if the Cowboys cannot catch the Eagles in the division that we do not slip up and not get that 5th seed. It is very important because the 5th seed is locked into playing the winner of the AFC South.
NFC South.
Yeah, the NFC South. So if the Cowboys can't catch the Eagles, we need that 5th seed bad.
And then I really don't want to bring this up, but the stats are just too prevalent. I know, Cedric, you said the Chiefs are still going to come out the AFC, which may be so, but goddamn, is Taylor Swift going to go to every fucking playoff game? Because Travis can't play if that girl ain't there.
Oh my.
The stats are showing it now.
Stop this.
Justin, the stats are literally...
I know the stats might say it, but stop.
It's not a might, Justin. It's real. When she is not there, he is ass.
She wasn't there.
She wasn't at this game. Trash. He wasn't at the Denver game. Trash. He hasn't had a big game since she was at the game. It's kind of getting ridiculous.
Martin, I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm with that. Because Taylor Swift used to be a Philly fan. She's from fucking
I
Philly.
know. And I thought she was going to go, but I'm just
That
sitting here like...
traitor's bitch done gave
Come
up
on,
her
man.
hometown and her-
She's on tour. What do you mean?
She's actually back. She was back. She could have won. Mr.
saying
Travis
she's
was
on
there
tour. I'm
down in
saying
The
Argentina.
second leg of her tour started. That bitch is doing dates again.
I'm telling you right now, from someone who is a Swiftie, she could have went to that game. Someone told me she could have went.
I just wanted to stop wearing Kelsey's jersey.
That's
I
true.
remember when
I'm
he
just
came
saying. He was down there, came back, played like shit. And you should know, Justin, he's on your fantasy team. When
Oh,
she
yeah.
ain't there, he is ass.
Yeah, he didn't show up. He still didn't show up. He's still a second-ranked tight end in ESPN. The Chiefs are fucking fine. They're fine.
They're fine, Justin.
The rest of the AFC. All right.
Listen, they're better
Who
than the
gonna
Bills.
beat him in the rest of the AFC? Fucking Burrow's done. The fucking. I don't know how the fucking Browns.
I
are
said
gonna
it
talk
last
about that
time.
later, but-
Ravens.
I don't trust the Ravens either. I don't trust the Ravens either. Mark Andrews just went down, man. I don't know about them either. Lamar's only won one playoff game. Like, we still got questions about him. It's still a Chiefs conference until someone dethrones them. In my
I'm
opinion.
seeing, as people said now, currently right now, Patrick Mahomes wouldn't get to sleep in his own bed at an AFC championship. He'd have to go travel somewhere. And that makes a difference.
Hey, the nigga can do it on the road.
He hasn't done it yet. Wait, how can you say
Patrick
wait,
Mahomes did
wait,
this
how
back.
can you
What
say
are
that?
doing here?
Wait, how can you say that? He's never played a playoff game on the road. How can you say that he can do it if he's never done it?
Hey,
Yeah.
How
because
can you
the
say
nigga
that,
already,
though?
the nigga already got 2 Super Bowl wins. That is why he can
From-
get his ass out on the road, and they still in the number 1 seed. So what are you talking about?
No,
they
the
still got
Ravens-
the number 1 seed in the AFC.
No, Ravens are number
The
one,
Ravens
actually.
are.
Come on,
Ravens are
man.
number one.
They're number one right now because of that loss.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
They're a game out. They're a game out, and the Ravens play a tough play in a tough division too.
Because right now, well, it would be terrible. Because right now they would play the Chiefs if the playoffs started. They play the Steelers. But if whatchamacallit, the people who love playing the Chiefs, if they move up, it'd be Chiefs-Bills first round.
Well, the Bills aren't even in it right now.
No, they're right. They're right behind the Steelers.
Yeah, they're one game.
One game out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Steelers are going to keep winning.
Because this is the best defense Patrick Mahomes has had since being there, and this offense is just
That's
not it.
facts. That's facts.
Hey, man, I've
They
seen.
sacked my guy like a bunch.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We have seen the Chiefs win all year with no goddamn receivers. They can win in other ways too. If
Yeah.
Kelsey shows up and they can run the ball as well, and they got a top 5 defense. The Chiefs are definitely not out of this thing.
Oh, I didn't say out. I'm just saying they're not the favorite. That is not for me. Me
The
personally.
AFC?
I just can't.
You believe that much in Baltimore?
There's
That's
other
that's
teams.
That's the team we talking about. Like,
There's Baltimore. There's the team I brought up who's winning still there. Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Jacksonville, man. I don't know.
You don't know till it happens.
They're
Obviously.
going to be in the game this week against the Texans, which is crazy for me to even say.
And what if the Chiefs drop and they have to play the Texans the first round?
Well,
Hey, man. You just got to believe.
I'm telling you,
in Spags in the defense.
This stuff is open. Like, I just don't think it's clear cut that they're going to. I think the Eagles are. I mean, the Eagles still got to go through the 49ers and they're hell. But I just don't think the Chiefs. I'm not seeing it.
I just don't think there's enough there like Patrick Mahomes, he's literally one reliable guy away from just that offense dominating.
Mm-hmm.
And if Kelsey plays right, yeah, you could double Kelsey. All you need is one or two big plays to happen for you.
Oh, but y'all were not playing with him. Y'all had him on cuffs.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
Y'all were not playing games.
Oh, fuck that nigga. Yeah.
if Kelsey holds onto the football and fucking MVS catches that ball, we're
Yes.
we talk. It's a whole different story.
Well, Kelsey fumbled.
Andy
Andy had a drop.
Yep. I told people the other day, it's like, if it's the repeat of the Super Bowl, because if Jalen Hurts didn't fumble the ball, we get another possession. Maybe we go down and score and win. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, you could have saw this stuff last year. That's literally the only reason the Eagles lost that game last year, because of that fumble. Jalen Hurts destroyed the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Destroyed them.
Score. So it was like, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm telling you, man. I don't think it's written. I don't think it's just written. I just think they're still.
But don't get like, I'm not sitting here saying like these niggas are somehow like not it though. Like,
And then Justin, what about the Dolphins?
Dolphins are still down there. They still got to beat someone good though.
That is true. That's
Still
true.
got to be a good team. I'm very interested to see how they. Actually, the Jets might be fucked. Jets might have given up because that that was embarrassing.
oh man, hey, the Bills came out different though. The Bills said like, listen, I don't care.
No, they didn't. The Jets just can't fucking score. That's what it boiled down to.
The Bills
They
came out,
just
I don't
can't
know what the
fucking
fuck you
score.
thought it was. It was like, don't get it twisted. We may lose to all these other clowns, but we still own you.
Yeah.
Facts.
Man.
I should have known those niggas was about to come out ready after what happened week 1. That fucking debacle.
I already knew.
I'm just mad because I bet on the Jets. I'm sorry.
To win?
Cover. I bet on the money line or nothing.
Stop.
All right. So Eagles host the Bills at home this week, and Kansas City goes on the road to play the Raiders, which should be a bounce back game. And I would also say too, with the Chiefs, with the help thing, I mean, they had a choice. They had a chance. They could have got D-Hop. They said, "No, we're good."
That's true.
They could have kept the receivers they had last year. They're like, "Oh, you guys can go."
They could have got D-Hop. That's fair. That's fair.
They could have. They were. He was like,
no, they could have got him. They could have got him. I don't see him having a stellar season, but they could have got him.
I got nothing.
He was
for
on
that.
my
They
fantasy team,
definitely
so I
could have
dropped him.
I know, but when Will Levis came in, boy, he started
3
booming.
touchdowns.
4.
He said, I got my swagger back.
Yeah, if Levis can
Since
get
then,
him,
what else has happened?
if Levis can get him the ball, I know damn well Mahomes would be able to get him the ball like that.
It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, before we go to the other game, Justin, we did have some big injuries that have happened, both in the AFC North that you've already said. Burrow and Watson being out.
Yeah, man. Joe Burrow on Thursday against the Ravens threw a touchdown and then couldn't grip the ball anymore. Apparently, it's a wrist injury that's going to keep him out for the rest of the year. It's just a tough break for the Bengals. They're getting their shit together. They're starting to play well. He was looking healthy. His calf was healed up, and now, yeah, the Bengals are done because if Joe Burrow ain't playing, like, the team is just not in contention. And then Cleveland with the nasty man himself, Deshaun Watson, he fucking broke his shoulder, and he played his best game in the second half against the Ravens 2 weeks ago, and yeah, he broke his shoulder. And I think that nigga was off the drugs in that second half and couldn't feel anything, because that is the only way that you could play with a broken goddamn shoulder and beat the Ravens and complete every one of your passes.
In the second
tough
half,
breaks
too,
for
because the
him.
first half he was terrible.
Yes.
Cedric Byron, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on now the Browns and Bengals? Do you think both teams are done for the year? Do you think any can make some noise still and upset someone? What are your guys' thoughts?
I definitely think the Bengals are probably done, but you never know. Their backup quarterback could come and surprise everyone. I don't see it happening, but I think Cleveland has a better chance because of their defense to make some noise still. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson, I mean, he's doing his thing, keeping him in games when he's played.
Cedric?
think the Bengals are done.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough break, honestly. Like Burrow getting hurt back-to-back seasons is rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know if it's because when he plays and like just said, they're finally getting it together. They're starting to click. Like him and Jamar are getting those big bomb touchdowns going down. I mean, 7-11 maybe. Like it was rolling. With Cleveland, I don't know. Cleveland is an anomaly. I mean, they signed Joe Flacco as a veteran to the locker room. I'd be kind of shocked if they actually utilize him and play him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have actually good quarterback options in left. I wasn't so sold on whatever the TDR or however the abbreviation he has. DTR, I really don't know.
He went to UCLA. You should know who that motherfucker is.
You don't care about the
He went to
football
UCLA and played
team?
football.
He didn't play basketball?
I care about basketball.
Oh,
Yeah, I care about UCLA.
didn't
But
know.
that, like, this was a good game for him. I think the last time he played was really shocking and kind of embarrassing. I think they still got PJ Walker there, and the games I've seen with him weren't that bad. As far as if they I think they could still make the playoffs. I think they'll hold their spot. It depends on their matchup and who they get. If I think they could shock somebody or not. Their defense is strong and consistent, but the biggest thing for them is having to score points. Like their offense is constipated, even with Watson sometimes. So.
That's my question for you guys. Like, with Watson being out, what really has changed? Because he hasn't played a lot of this year anyway.
Nothing.
I think a lot of it is the play calling.
Okay, I can agree
Him
with
not
that.
playing. I think Stefanski's fine with Watson airing it out more than he is with some of his rookies. He tries to get them to play like they are Watson, make these throws that Watson honestly should not be making himself. But I think they get further and further away from the game when Watson isn't out there. I think they kind of try to balance it more. Because, I mean, think about it. This is a team that's lost Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Lost Watson initially.
Mm-hmm.
But then Jeremy Ford stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
Jerome Ford stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been good. They signed Kareem Hunt, so he's a good change of pace back for them.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't feel like they're using him to his full potential, but that's neither here nor there. And you've had like almost a different quarterback almost every game the past month. And they've been getting it done. But I think a lot of it is just the consistency in play call that you don't catch a rhythm. That offense has never been able to catch a rhythm this entire season.
And
So for me, it's like what changes is with Deshaun Watson, at least there's some idea of like the offense supporting roles. At least are like, okay, we got the guy who's been with us all training camp and shit. They're doing the practice. He's our quote unquote starter. The reason why we spend all this fucking money, maybe things can click and work to where if you have DTR, TDR, again, sorry, I don't know the abbreviations.
Dorian Thompson Robinson, DTR.
DTR, got it.
it's a
Whether you
whole
have
wrestling
DTR or
finishing
PJ
move.
Walker, their biggest fear is always like, okay, can we keep the turnovers down?
Mm-hmm.
I would also say too, it's the Browns are 7-3. The Cleveland Browns
That don't make no fucking sense.
are 7-3. And Justin, you talked about Miami not beating a good team. The Browns beat the damn 49ers with a backup
Yeah.
QB.
Yep.
Got lucky, but yeah.
The
They
Browns had the same record as the Dolphins, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Kansas City Chiefs, the 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys. The Browns could win the AFC North, and they'd be a top 2 seed.
They could.
I mean, but really, what are these niggas about to do in the playoffs with their
what I'm
rookie
saying.
their rookie quarterback and their constipated
But
offense?
Justin, you've been watching
Get
playoffs. You've
real.
been watching football a lot. You know when defense travels.
Yes, it does.
You got Myles Garrett in there.
Yeah, I mean, we gonna talk about the Browns and their game coming up this weekend. Like, yeah, they on my radar. Trust me, I know. I'm hip.
Because I've almost gotten to a point too. I was like, bro, Miles really. I know it'll never go to anyone who's not a quarterback until all of us are gone from this planet.
Hey, you read the notes? You saw it in there? He needs some MVP votes.
I am there. He is
this
doing
nigga, man.
like single-handedly keeping this team in this game in the
Carrying
season.
these niggas from the defensive end position. It don't make no fucking sense. It really don't.
What's crazy
They're
is
just
when that
going
nigga
off.
leaves,
And
it's gonna be all
Right.
bad.
And the bad thing is, like Justin said, well, we'll get to them before, but another game before, because the 49ers, who they were on almost hell on earth, losing that 3 straight, but then they had to bye, and they've gotten on track. They play Seattle, Justin, and 49ers got all their weapons back. Looks like we're going to start talking about them being a favorite. Again, they're playing Seattle. What?
This is the last game on the Thanksgiving slate. We start with Green Bay at the Lions. Lions win. Get
Lions.
That out of the way.
That Lions will be 9-2. The Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are going to win that game, and then the middle game is Cowboys Washington. We'll see. That's the only team you can't. That's the only team you can't trust on Thanksgiving is the Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you that right now. Fucking Sam Howell might throw for 400 yards on Thursday. For all I know.
I thought he got hurt.
Or Michael Parsons gets 4 sacks.
Yeah,
Because that line is ass. You want to talk about a team that gave up? They gave up. They just traded everybody away.
I do
Really
not
good.
know how they let Tommy DeVito shit on them. Because that's the worst quarterback I've seen all year. Because that dude is horrible.
Well, it's bad too, Justin, because of that. Because Eric the Enemy ain't getting no head coaching job.
No, like wow. Hopefully, fucking Rivera gets fired and he can become the interim coach or something.
Out.
That's his only like shot at getting to it. But yeah, 49ers dog walked the Bucks 27-14. Seahawks lost to the Rams. Geno got hurt 17-16. Geno was knocked out of that game, returned for the final drive. This game on Thursday is for first place in the NFC West. If the Seahawks win, they will be in first place. So me as a Cowboys fan, I kind of need the 49ers. So what? I ain't trying to see those.
No, Kenneth Walker, I think he'll be out this game.
Yes, no Kenneth Walker, but Zach Charbonnet, rookie from UCLA. He's a good backup. He's been trending up. He's been getting more touches anyway. If 49ers are 3-2 in the last 5 matchups against the 49ers, including the NFC wildcard game last year, Drew Lock is terrible. So if he plays in this game and Geno doesn't play, like it's a wrap. All this analysis I'm doing don't even fucking matter if Drew Lock plays. 49ers offense got back on track in the big way on Sunday. Purdy had a perfect QB rating. Ayuk, Kittle, and Chris McCaffrey all caught touchdowns. Ayuk had 5 receptions for 156 yards. Defense sacked Baker 4 times. Typically go with favorites on Thanksgiving, besides Cowboys, of course. But if Geno plays, if he gets some time, I think he'll be able to exploit the 49ers secondary, all-pro safety Talonga Huganya. I cannot say that dude's name. He ain't going to be playing the game. We already talked about Kim Walker. He ain't about to play in the game, but Zach Charbonnet is good backup. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I expect the Seahawks to cover, potentially win, but I can't pick them against the 49ers with all their guys back right now. I think they're about to start rolling again.
Byron?
Yeah, the 49ers winning. I'm looking at the injury report. DK Metcalf is questionable. So is Geno Smith. So both those don't play. I don't know. Definitely favor of 49ers.
Cedric?
I think the 49ers, I mean, that defense is... I still think we haven't seen the full extent of that defense either. We got both St. James on both sides.
I mean...
The Seahawks are banged up, especially offensively. I mean, they still got Smith and Jigma, who got involved more last game. And Tyler Lockett, but I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, I'm going 49ers as well. I don't really think, especially if Geno doesn't play, they say no chance. Next game is Browns at a team that has caught fire.
I did not think the Broncos would ever get a fucking game preview on this podcast.
They have been shitted on this podcast. They gave up 70 points. I have gone off on Sean Payton on this one. But here we are, the Denver freaking Broncos, in a big game against the Browns. The Broncos are on a 4-game winning streak. They are at 5-5.
They ride the ship.
Mr. Russell Wilson is playing well.
Yes, he is.
They have righted the ship somehow. The Browns beat the Steelers last week 13-10 in a fucking horrible game. That game sucked. And then the Broncos beat the Vikings in a slightly better but still horrible game. Broncos are on a 4-game winning streak with wins against the Bills and the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. And the Browns are on a 3-game winning streak, and they beat the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Number 1 team in the AFC. Mm-hmm. The Browns are 7-3, despite losing their best offensive weapon, Nick Chubb, and their starting quarterback, which we really illustrated that wasn't really doing shit, which is really is a loss for him. He's just getting paid a lot of money to really not do shit. Mm-hmm. So we're there. Credits to both teams for fighting the even beat in this spot. I mean, the Denver Broncos gave us 70 points in the game. They gave us 70 points in a professional football game. Fucking college teams don't even give up that many points sometimes. And
if Lincoln Riley's your coach, you might.
Is that necessary? But we ain't even talking about this nigga, man.
Shots fired.
The Broncos, we talk about the Chiefs fucking struggling. The Broncos are only 2 games back on the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Broncos are 2 games back on the Chiefs. Browns are a game and a half back on the Ravens. Broncos defense, like I said, has been playing better since giving up 70 earlier in the season against the Dolphins. But this is a bad matchup for the Broncos. They're not very good at stopping the run. They gave up 175 yards to the Vikings last week. They're not scoring touchdowns. They're not scoring touchdowns in the red zone for real. They kicked 5 field goals against the Vikings last week and only scored on the last drive of the game. Mm-hmm. Cleveland likes to run the ball, and they have a rookie quarterback in, so you know they're not going to be trying to pass that bitch anyway. Denver has been feeding off turnovers. They're in this win streak, so if the Browns don't fumble the ball, they ain't gonna have a lot of opportunities to get interceptions because I don't think they're gonna put the ball in harm's way. Myles Garrett is on the Browns defense. He's leading the NFL in sacks and has been carrying this goddamn team all season. I think the Browns are gonna go into Denver and get the dub again and come out 8-3.
Whew, the Cleveland Browns. 8-3.
Cleveland Browns. I'm probably going to bet the money line tonight.
Byron?
They went outright.
This is in Mile High, too.
Yes.
In Mile High. They trust the Browns defense more than I trust the Broncos defense, and I'd say that.
Best unit on the field is the Browns defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Myles Garrett having a MVP caliber season, so I'm going to get Cleveland.
Cedric?
No, I hate living there. I want to go Cleveland.
Oh. I think Denver's going to cover, but Cleveland's going to win.
They're a 3-point favorite. They can't cover.
Wait, Denver's the favorites?
Yeah, Denver's a favorite.
Oh, that's kind of low-key blasphemy. Well, reverse that. What?
Oh, he said the Browns just got disrespected.
Oh, no, Cleveland's about to win. Cleveland's going to win. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
Yeah, -2.5 last time I checked.
I was reading that the Browns were 2.5 fake. Wow.
No. No. Did I write it wrong?
No, you're right.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, the Broncos are favored in that game.
Okay. All right. Next game, man, how we're talking about teams I like to talk about on this damn show. The Bills at the Eagles. Oh, well. Justin, this is a very important game for the Bills.
Yeah, I ain't going to do too much analysis since we got like an Eagles fan on here. I'm just going to tell them how I feel about it and why I think the Bills are live in this game. The Bills dominated the Jets last week, 32-6, after their little 2-game losing streak. Eagles are 4-0 since losing to the Jets in week 6. The Bills really need to win this game to stay in fucking contention. I mean, the Broncos are chomping at their neck. The fucking Dolphins are ahead of them in the division. Like, Houston is ahead of them right now. They need to keep up with Houston. So the fucking the Bills really need to win this game, and I just think it's a bad spot for the Eagles after avenging their Super Bowl loss to the Chiefs. Got up real high to win that game, and they've really been playing like shit. Not like perfect the entire season. Same with the Bills. So I just think it's a good spot for the Bills to finally like beat a good team and get back on track. But we talking about like football X's and O's. I really don't see a way how the Eagles can, how the Bills can beat them unless Josh Allen just goes to fuck off. No one's still gonna pick the Bills. Getting 3.5 points, I think they'll cover that.
Byron.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Buffalo Bills right now. I'm taking the Eagles to win.
Cedric.
So we really need to win this game because our next like 2 or 3 games are not good. So, yeah, for those necessity purposes, even though it's off of Super Bowl revenge high, yeah, sure. A lot of the mantra in the locker room has been one game at a time. They hold each other accountable, so they have to win this game because you can't lose this game. Go into the next 2 where you play San Fran and then the Cowboys.
Jesus Christ.
Back to back.
Jesus Christ.
Play the Seahawks after them, and by then maybe Geno's healthy, full 100%. Maybe Kenneth Walker's back. No, we have to fucking win this game. Especially coming off the Chiefs win. We have to win this game if we're going to possibly lose the next 2.
See, that's just you as a fan talking, because the Eagles don't have to actually win this game. They can lose this game and be totally fine. Fucking the Bills have to win this. They have to.
What if Cedric wants the number 1 seed?
Or they might be out of it. Like,
what if Cedric wants the number 1 seed, though?
So you don't want to start with a fan, okay. Analytically, right, we have one playoff game they always split with the Cowboys. They have not swept the Cowboys for probably the last decade.
Yeah, so the Cowboys are going to beat them this year eventually.
So we're going to go 1-1. We play an end of season with Giants, Arizona Giants. Giants are shitty, but injuries happen a lot at the end of the year. You win out we can win. They'll win the division. The biggest thing is home field advantage, especially with this playoff stacked with the NFC and how close all of these teams are. Home field advantage matters. And that's why that first week bye matters the most. And I don't think you get it if you lose to San Fran, then you lose to Dallas, allowing other teams to gain the momentum as they're going into the playoffs.
Or
that's why this game is just a gimme game. Like, do you need to win it? No. But does it help you secure that number 1 seed? Yes. Every win helps you secure the number 1 seed, especially when you're about to play arguably the team you're going to see in the NFC East Championship. The next 2 teams you may see in the NFC East Championship the next following weeks.
Yes, but the Bills are on the other side of the conference. They're an AFC team. You're up 2 games already on the 49ers for the number 1. Actually,
why are we talking about the 49ers, though? They're only
Stop. I forgot about the Lions.
Yeah.
They're up a game. They're up a game on the Lions. They're up a game on the Lions. So the Eagles might be looking ahead to beat the 49ers if they play the week after.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's important not to look ahead and win the game. Because if you lose this game, you lose the 49ers, you lose the Cowboys, and the Lions keep rolling, bye-bye number 1 seed.
I don't think the Eagles are going to go on a 3-game losing streak.
You never know.
I mean,
just personally.
I'll say this.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I'll put it like this. If we win this week, I'd rather have a 2-game losing streak. Honestly, as a fan, I'd rather have a no-game losing streak, but I'm going to be realistic. Those 3 games, like these 4 games, a crazy stretch to think we're going to go fucking 4-0. I think at best we go 2-2.
Because the Bills got you guys, and then
beating the Bills or losing to the Bills, and are you beating San Fran or you beating the Cowboys? I don't think we're going to beat the Cowboys because we never sweep the Cowboys. So you lose to Dallas. I don't think we're beating the 49ers this round because this is their revenge game for the NFC East Championship game or the NFC Conference Championship game.
Yeah, because the Bills have you guys.
I mean,
they have you guys in the bye week and then their favorite game at Kansas City.
And then the Cowboys and then the Chargers who, oh, fuck, I don't know if the Chargers will still be in contention by then, but they ain't going to fucking give up. And the Patriots and then the Dolphins in the season, they have to win this game. They have to.
So I think Joshua's going to probably throw 2 picks in this game, and they're going to lose. I don't know what Bills team's going to show up. The team that just did the stuff against the Jets, or the team that was previous those other games where Josh was turning it over and everyone's all pissy and Gabe Davis doesn't do anything and Stephon Diggs isn't getting the ball and they're annoying. As Justin said, the Super Bowl contending Buffalo Bills of the past 3 years are behind the Houston Texans.
Yep.
A team that the Bills they've already passed their window in my opinion because Joshua's about to get that big check. Everyone's going to be out of there and they're going to have to rebuild. Because they are annoying. And also, I don't want them to beat the Eagles because then everyone on the radio is going to be like, man, Bills are back. And they're, no, I don't need to deal with all that.
I need the Bills to win. I need the Eagles to start losing.
Well, that's you as a fan. See that?
That's just me as a fan, though. God, I was cheering for Kansas City so hard yesterday. For the Cowboys and my wallet. God, it was so close. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough out there. Winners and losers of the week. Byron, who was a winner for you this week in the NFL? Team, player?
I'm gonna go the Lions because they had a come behind victory over the Bears, and if they lost to the Bears, that wouldn't have looked good. The Bears are not good.
Cedric, what about you? Who's a winner for you? A player, a team for this week?
I almost said the Browns.
Okay.
As shitty as a game it was, that defense answering the call and then them kicking that field goal, I honestly thought Buddy was gonna miss. Like I literally was watching, like, this man misses. It's not safe for him to go home. That's not to mention, like, I don't know. Like I said, I hated living there, but the people, they mean well, so I'm happy to see that they're happy and not killing themselves. So it's great.
Justin, who's your winner?
Man, the Denver Broncos. What they have been doing the past 4 weeks has just been honestly incredible. Like, that team has come literally out the trash can, literally. And it's good to see. Russell Wilson might be back.
Yeah,
but not this week because the Browns are about to fucking eat that nigga alive.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Broncos. I was gonna say Russell Wilson as well too, because this is unbelievable that
I
they're.
gotta give it to the whole team. Sean Payton too, getting Vance Joseph, the DC, the Cortland Sutton. Like I had to give it to the whole.
That's fair. That's fair. So Justin will say who's your loser?
Oh my God. I could say the Chargers every week at this point, and that just won't be fun. So I'm not gonna pick the Chargers. Y'all can have them. I gotta go Washington. How the fuck do you lose to Tommy DeVito? This nigga lives with his mom.
Hey, man.
I don't disagree with it.
The dinner was hot when he got home. That's all I know.
Oh my God, Cedric, what about you? Who's a loser for you this week?
I gotta go to the Commanders as well, man. Like,
oh no,
I'm sorry, but like the Giants are fucking garbage. Like, how the fuck?
Tommy DeVito.
And it's not even it's a compounded thing because like they won last week. They traded all their pieces away. I was surprised they got it done. And then you come in this week, I'm thinking like, shit, they may be able to do some things. It was not working. So, yeah, gotta get it to the Commanders.
Byron.
I was gonna go Chargers, but I think I'm going Bengals because of the Joe Burrow injury. That just sets them back so much this season, and Joe Burrow is finally hitting his stride and getting the Bengals to winning. And now that's all gone.
You know, I'm not gonna pick someone just to piggyback off of that. Just a crazy stat. In the first 4 years of their career, Joe Burrow has been sacked more than Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck fucking retired.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
This isn't NFL related, but that Pacers Hawk game is really about to hit that damn over. It is 119 to 114 at the end of the third quarter.
Wow.
Holy shit! But just the bank. This isn't my lose, but now because Byron brought them up, I just don't understand how you make someone the highest paid player in NFL history, but you don't get a line. That's
They
like
got
put,
a line after that first game last year when you sacked like 17 times.
That is appalling.
but
You
but
pay
that,
this man
that
much
it's
money, you can't protect him.
it's such an embarrassment. But man, Justin said we can have the Chargers, so I will talk Chargers real quick. It's just the fact that they were like the baby Bills because they're like, oh, after Josh Allen wins these Super Bowls, Justin Herbert and them got next. And they have not amounted to any of that shit. They're going to be out of the playoffs. Stanley's going to get fired. Another year of Herbert's been wasted. They have 2 wide receivers they pay $20 million to. Like, team's a waste. The fact that the Denver Broncos are higher than them in the seedings after Justin said they gave up 70 points in a real-life game, that's embarrassing. That is so damn bad. And who else is terrible? I mean, we have to bring Mac Jones. It might
He
be.
didn't even play.
I don't even play this week.
I don't know, but it might be curtains
Bro,
for
like
them
you-
too. Like him, Zach Wilson.
Why?
It's
I
nah,
will give you Zach Wilson because he got benched for Tim Boyle.
bro. The Patriots are 2-8. I'm looking at
Why
that shit.
you-
The Patriots,
Why are you burning the castle, bro?
Bruh.
Like, you going at everybody.
That was so unnecessary.
I didn't, get to
You
talk,
have a-
I didn't get to talk about him last week because we weren't on and he got benched. I was gonna be me. I was like, all right, you know.
This man got smoke with everybody.
See, I'm no offense, Byron. I'm glad y'all were on by because I would have had smoke with y'all team too because y'all team pissed me off too.
Who you think they piss off more?
I don't know, man. That's actually a good question because I do get hot about the Saints because there's like,
Bro, we had a bye week and we still have fucking Pete Carmichael on the squad. And the Steelers fired their OC today.
that's another
Fired.
loser. They are trash.
Fired.
That he is trash.
Firing
Trash.
this man before the season's over.
I
You might as well get that
know,
out.
and I
You might as well
hate
get that out.
it.
I think
But-
Kenny Pickett just sucks.
Damn, you think so?
Yes.
The best part is
Yeah.
I saw a meme with Kenny Pickett.
I don't think that has
I-
nothing to do with Matt Canada. I think he is just horrible.
Damn. Well, shoot. With that being said, I mean that's the L7C podcast. I hope everyone has a happy and safe Thanksgiving. I mean, there's a lot of football. I know Justin talked about Thanksgiving football and then the game. Forgot that, remember, this is the first time on Friday, Black Friday, there's going to be a game. The Dolphins will be playing, so there's going to be football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
The Dolphins won with the dog shot the Jets.
Are they?
Yeah.
Which
Yes.
Dolphins team showing up?
Tim Boyle's playing quarterback. They better not lose.
Right.
Hey, like we just talked about, Tommy DeVito just won again. Anyone can win in this league.
That's true.
That's why this league is bullshit.
Oh man.
Scripted.
Hey, there was some time I was like,
Man, the league would not script for Joe Burrow to have a season-ending injury.
yes, they
Get
would
out
if
of
they
here
want
with
Patrick
that.
Mahomes to get a third straight ring.
Well,
Wow.
well.
Take out the one QB who's beaten him in the playoffs at his house besides Thomas.
It'll just be a third ring, not a third straight one, but
Yeah, it'd be a third one in 4 years. And they'll be like, you know who also started off their career with 3 Super Bowls in 4 years? Tom Brady. And then here we go.
Here we go.
You know,
I think the league would prefer to have parity, so they would not want and parity and not have fucking backup quarterback starring every goddamn week. So
That's true, the backup, but hey,
definitely didn't script that shit to happen.
hey, they want Kansas City in the Super Bowl, bro.
I don't know if they necessarily need Kansas City to be in the Super Bowl every goddamn year.
No, not every. No, this year especially.
Why this year?
Because
What,
of
they-
Swift.
It's Swift.
Oh,
What do you think that rating is going to be? Just be realistic.
we're
Is
back
it-
on
The
how we
Monday night
started.
game was like 29
going-
and a half million viewers. So it was like
it
the
gonna be
highest
that much
viewers in
higher
25
than-
years.
Already always is because of her.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
dude.
But then they actually
Yeah.
watched the fucking game.
Yeah,
Yeah, just the halftime show.
I feel. Oh no.
Just like
That would
Byron
be-
said,
that-
a random Monday night game because they thought her whole ass was going to show up.
It'll be interesting to see the Taylor Swift bump on the Super Bowl
Even though I personally didn't even go there, but
because it's the most highly rated thing every single year. So
I know.
I would love to see the year over year the Chiefs do make the Super Bowl with Taylor Swift in the box. And who's to say that she still wouldn't be at the Super Bowl if the Chiefs don't make it? That's a big event.
Well, because the NFL has been trying to get her to do the halftime show for the past 10 years, and she said no every time.
She don't need to do it.
Did you just say on this podcast 3 years ago no one's bigger than that show?
Yeah, Taylor Swift different, bro. I have
She's
seen some
different,
shit.
but she won't change the ratings that much.
Over the past 3 years with that woman, I've seen some shit, and I cannot deny her power. She got a chokehold on these hoes.
And some of these dudes' wallets.
That's
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
People were flipping air tickets so bad that the government had to come out and say we taxing the income you making off these tickets.
Mhm.
Shit crazy, bro. But with that being said, we'll be back next week. Talk about if we won or not. So one way or another.
Damn.
Saturday at 3:55. We'll know if I'm starting off the podcast saying, damn, my wall looked really nice. It was nice and dry and just after staring at it after taking that L.